After you hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell as well as stay tuned at the end of the video for the question of the day.
See ya!
What's going on, my fellow fuzz butts? ZabuTheSergal here, and I'm back with another video just to educate my people. There may be stuff going on here in the background, but that is alright. Alright, so let's say you're at a convention and you happen to notice this super popular fursuiter that you've been wanting to meet for a bajillion million years now. You see he's got a nice little flock of people all around him, and you're kind of nervous to speak to him, but you're just kind of waiting your turn, just sitting there waiting patiently as the crowd kind of thins out. You're getting closer and closer and closer to him, and then once you finally meet him face to face and you're like, hey, I was wondering if I can get a picture with you, he just kind of looks at you, gives you a eh, and then goes on about his business. Would that not just boil your little soul? And that's why this video is going to be talking about those oh so wonderful pretentious furries. And I don't know if you may or may not have encountered one of these, but these are usually those furries who believe that their reputation can define what people can and can't interact with them. Like, they'll be like, oh, I've got this many amount of followers on insert social media platform here, and they believe that, oh, if you're under this certain platform, then you have no right to speak to me. And that's just something that just should not happen at all, and it'll just irk you in many different ways. Because there's people out there that really idolize these people, and it's a very healthy idolization. And for somebody to just kind of blow them off as if they're not important, knowing full well that every single one of their fans and followers are just as important as the others. So you can't prioritize some people and then belittle others. Because in the good old furry fandom, we're all different candy wrappers in the same trash can. So, yeah, you
just call life trash.
Listen, I say what I say when I say what I say.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Honestly. So, yeah, if you are, you know, a furry, or even if you're not a furry and you have a nice, good following on the internet, outside of the internet, whatever, in your community, whatever it may have you, just make sure that you stay humble, because being humble is one of the most positive things you can do in your day-to-day life. And you want to project those good vibes onto the other people that may be following you or watching, keeping a close eye on you and stuff like that. Because the last thing you want to do is project a negative image for yourself, because that can further harm your following as the years and days progress. So you always want to be positive. That way, whenever somebody's talking about you, they can shed positive light about you, and other people can kind of chime in on that, because as we all know, the bad will always outweigh the good. Because if you do something bad, they're gonna latch on to that forever and ever and spread that like wildfire. But if you're always doing good things, then there's nothing bad that they can kind of judge you on. So always try to stay positive and be humble. For the love of bejeebus, be humble.
Sit down.
Oh, sit down. Oh man, and of course it does kind of irk me. I know that there's a lot of other fursuiters that have a lot bigger fan bases than I do, and even with my smaller fan base, I try to stay as humble as I possibly can, because I do have fan interactions, and you know, I give each and every one of them their special time of day, because that's how I would want to be treated if I walked up to one of my idols. I wouldn't want to be just blown off as just another commoner. I'm like, hey, I'm a fan, and I just want to, you know, spend some time with you, even if you only have 10 seconds to say, hey, thank you for the support, give them a hug, go on about their day. They'll lose their shit because they love you and you just blew their mind. You gave them a hug. You got a hug from Milky Fox or whatever. So yeah, now they'll go tell all their friends and stuff, and it was a good, positive, and just well-rounded experience versus them coming up to you, you completely blowing them off, and then they talk about it, and then other people, they're like, yeah, I have kind of heard that that guy's a little bit of a douchebag. And so that'll start to spread, and the word gets back around you that you're blowing people off and people don't even want to meet you, and then you're trying to have panels and that stuff falls down into a hole, and then you're going back to your hotel room and you're just kind of sitting there all sad and mopey, wondering why you're such a bad person when all you had to do was wave at that person and tell them that you think they're awesome. That's all you'd have to do. Just make that person's day. Stay humble. I don't want to ramble on this for too long, but you kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. Keep it humble. I hope that, you know, helps out with people's situations whenever you're encountering people, like your fans and stuff. Or if you're not encountering fans, if you are the encounteree or the encounterer. I don't know which one of those words actually goes into that situation. But regardless of which, stay humble. Be humble fans and be humble, yeah, like, what do you call, I know, like, there's the fans, and then there's the creators, the entertainers. I don't know what we're supposed to be called, man. Just, yeah, the inspirationers, or the, I don't know.
The muse.
Yeah, the muse and muns and all that. But that's on a whole nother set in another station, and we're not going to get into that right now. So, right now I'm going to go ahead and close this. If you like this video, go ahead and scratch that like button so that I can know to post more awesome content in the future. You want to talk to me? Have some Twitter. You want us to update it as well as know when the next Q&A is going to be? Have for Affinity. Want to draw fan art of ZabuTheSergal? Fan art is always welcome. Keep it PG-13. But as always, my name is ZabuTheSergal, and I'm out of here. Blah, 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 blah. Question of the day. Have you ever encountered a pretentious, popular, furry, or anime person, or just content creator? Post your comments down in the dibbly below, and I'll share my thoughts with you guys. Wow!